Next, I'd like to introduce Roban-Lynne Clarke from Oz Industry, who's going to give us a rundown on all their excellent programs on industry, innovation, research development and capacity building. Thanks, Robin.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to thank the Department of Commerce and the Department of Regional Development for the opportunity to present today. For those of you who aren't familiar with Oz Industry, we're part of the Federal Department of Industry. We've got a range of programs, but I'm basically here to speak to you today about the new single business service that was launched on the 1st of July this year. Now, you may or may not be familiar with some of the names on the screen. It's essentially to show the Australian government's move towards streamlining and simplifying the way that Australian businesses access information and services. All of these previously separate entities have now been combined under one banner. It's the new single business service delivered by Oz Industry. Basically, the information packs will also give you some further information on that. That's the new website, business.gov.au. It's a really handy website, and you can see the various portals there. I realise it's not easy to see from the screen, but if you're a business that's starting up, there's business templates and tools. There's also information about grants and concessions, and then on the other side we've got information relating to skills and training. You can register on the website for updates. So there's frequent program updates and news that's relevant for businesses of all kinds. Now, the Australian government has launched its Industry Investment and Competitiveness Agenda, or will soon do so. As part of that, it's identified these 5 key sectors as priority industries for Australia. That's not to say that other industries aren't important, but these have been identified as key priorities. I guess we would all agree that adjustment in the economy is putting pressure on our traditional industries. So, for example, traditional agriculture, heavy manufacturing, and we are going to have to start thinking about ways to move towards advanced manufacturing and higher value-add production. This is the background or the context for the new Entrepreneurs Infrastructure Program that was launched on the 1st of July. It's composed of these 3 streams. The business management stream essentially shares some of the elements of the old Enterprise Connect, if anybody's familiar with that. The EIP, because it's a bit of a mouthful, that program, the EIP is worth $486 million over 4 years. And in that first stream, in fact, all of those streams have access to over 100 experienced private sector business advisors. So under the business management stream, they come into the business, spend time with the business, write up an independent evaluation, after which the company could apply for up to $20,000 in matched funding to implement some of those recommendations. Now, there's some pretty specific eligibility requirements around this program. Around turnover thresholds, and they have to be in those identified sectors or enabling services to those sectors. So have a look at the website, come and chat with me afterwards, more than happy to see whether you might be eligible. The Research Connections stream opened to applications on the 1st of September, and it shares some of the elements of the old Researchers in Business program. So it's essentially aiming to link up businesses with the research sector to solve technical problems that might be then able to be made into new Australian products that are more competitive, better products. So the other thing it can do is to identify knowledge gaps in the business that might be stopping the business from growing. There is some funding attached to that program as well, but it starts with a face-to-face facilitator, and then there's potentially up to $50,000 of matched funding to bring a researcher into your business. The Commercialising Ideas stream is yet to be launched. It's hopefully launching later this year. It'll share some of the elements of the old Commercialisation Australia program. So it'll be a competitive grants program, and it'll assist Australian new ideas to come to market to ensure sustainable competitive advantage for our businesses. This is one of Oz Industry's flagship programs, the Research and Development Tax Incentive. It's been around in one form or another since 1985. We've got over 1,100 WA companies registered for it, some in this region. As you might guess from the name, it's to incentivise research and development activities that might not otherwise take place because of the uncertainty of the returns. You need to have a minimum $20,000 per annum spend on eligible R&D activities, but you can potentially benefit from up to a 45% refundable tax offset on that spend. So it's worth having a look. There's different turnover thresholds which determine the actual amount of the benefit, but come and have a chat with me afterwards. You need to have a systematic program of experimentation and testing, and the idea obviously is for that to lead to new knowledge which can then be incorporated into those Australian products. Don't think about just white lab coats though when you're thinking of R&D. We've got a wide variety of industries that are registered, projects that are registered, for example, agricultural, biotechnology projects, companies that are developing new insecticides, new composts, we've got breweries, we've got wineries. So yeah, don't just think of scientific lab stuff. The TradeX scheme is something I'd really like to see more companies in the regions using. It's for people that are bringing in goods and then re-exporting them within 12 months. And it means an upfront savings of 15% on the value of those goods landed in Australia for the first time. And it means you don't have to claw back that customs duty when you re-export. It can be accessed by individuals as well as companies, and again we've got a wide range of people using the scheme. We've got confectioners that are importing specific ingredients and incorporating them into their local recipes and re-exporting them. We've got a lot of people using it for packaging, so they might be importing their packaging their goods up here and then exporting, so it could be labels, could be bottles, could be bottle caps, anything like that. And my favourite, we've actually got a drum maker who imports skins from overseas, incorporates them into their Australian hardwood drums, and then sells them overseas to some pretty high-profile musicians. The last one I'll touch on in any detail is the Industry Skills Fund. It's still under design. It's due to launch on the 1st of January. It shares some elements of the Skills Connect entity, which you may know from the past. So the fund will allow SMEs to access support and services to develop innovative training solutions to meet those structural adjustment challenges that we were talking about earlier, and to deal with the really increasing pace of technological change. So the fund will allow businesses to skill and to reskill and or upskill their workforce to meet challenges in this new marketplace. Oz Industry delivers a range of other programs. Some of those are listed in the product summary, or all of them listed in the product summary in that fact sheet in your pack. More than happy to have a chat. business.gov.au is the website to remember, the hotline as well, and I'm available at any time to answer questions for you. In the final slide, again, my apologies, you can't see Australia outlined there, but we have a national network for Oz Industry of 7 state offices and 15 regional offices, and we're all here to help Australian businesses to plan and to start up, to run, and to grow their ventures. As the Oz Industry Regional Manager for Southern WA, I'm really excited to be part of that and really keen to get local companies into the programs where they're eligible. So don't hesitate to have a chat with me after the session, and have a great long weekend and enjoy the grand final.